Hello there, and thanks for stopping by to see me today. My name's Frankie. This is Frankie's DIY More. This is Sally B. Today, I've got this jean jacket, and I am going to try to transform it into a little lacy jacket. I don't know how much I'll get done on this video. It may take me till tomorrow to finish it. I'm headed to the ballpark to see my grandson play. So what we're going to do, like I said, take this. I got a lot of lace, and I'm going to sew it on this rascal. Don't know where it's going to go yet. It's going to go on her. Also, these little things that you get, you know, at Christmas time to put on your wine bottles and stuff. What I'm going to do is take, I think I already took one off, take one, I bought two after Christmas, and they had this pretty little button thing on there already. So what I'm going to do is just take these wine bottle covers, koozies I guess you'd say, and I'm going to put them on the cuffs. So let me get started on it. Like I said, I don't know if I'll get it all finished right now, but I'll finish it later. So stay tuned. The first piece I've got is this little bitty shawl like one of my girlfriends give me. You know, it's cute, but you know, I don't think I've worn it once in the summertime when it was a little chilly in a restaurant. But anyway, I think that's cute, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to sew it, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to sew it to the bottom. Let me turn her around. So, if you can see that, it'll be something like this. So I just lengthen it in the bottom. And then I'm going to take these other little pieces of lace and stuff that I got, and then I'm going to layer it on top of that until it gets really fluffy at the bottom. So I'm fixing to pin it in the middle right here. And then I don't think I'll have to gather it much, just a subtle gather, because it's almost the same size as my jacket, just a wee bit longer. So I'm going to sew it on, and I'm just going to pleat it just a tad to give it just a little ruffle down through there. Okay, so I've got it all pinned on with just a slight little bitty gather right through there. So I'm going to take it to my machine, run me a little zigzag stitch down through there. Okay, so I've got this piece on right here, and I gathered it just a little bit. That's what it looks like in the back. Okay, so yesterday after we got through at the ballpark, and we won, by the way, we went to Walmart to get me this heavy-duty Singer sewing machine. And so it comes with a pretty good bit of parts. And I'm going to get it out of the box, test this baby out, and see how it sews. I'm going to finish my blue jean jacket that I had started on. Okay, I've got several laces pinned on. I've got the bottom one that I already showed you. And then this other little piece, I've got it pinned on, and then one on top of that. And then for the back, excuse me, I think I'm going to add another piece right through here, because this looks like it's just too long. So I am fixing to get another piece and add that to the layers. Okay, I'm going to be honest, I have pinned all that on there, and I'm glad I didn't sew it on yet because I don't like it. I'm going to have to start over. Okay, I took all of that off when I'm starting over. I didn't like it. It's trial and error, you know. You just got to do a little something and see if it works. If it don't, you try it again. So I've got this ruffly thing right here. It come off of a bed skirt. So I am going to see if I can get this to looking good. So what I'm going to do, I've marked me out a spot right through here, and I'm just going to follow that line. Okay, so I'm sewing it on the inside, and my line that I'm using is just the hem of this jacket. So I'm just going to go all the way around till I get to the front side. Okay, so I took all that off, then I sewed this piece to the underside of the coat of the jacket. And then I laid this out to see how I liked it. So then I'm gonna sew this under there as well. This piece that I really liked. That's what started it all, because it had the little peplum look. And then when I get that sewed underneath there, I'm gonna take this lace, run it along the edge, and then I'll run another one on the top of that one. Okay, so this has been a little bit more than I thought it would be, so I put it aside and it's been a whole week, so I'm going to pick up where I left off. And I think where I left off, I sewed all of this on. So I did get all of that on. But when I tried it on, the front piece, let me see if I can show you. The front piece was long down to here, and this piece, and it didn't look right. So what I done is I just took my scissors and I just tapered that off. So when I did, I got two sides, I done it on both sides, and so that's what I tapered off. And then I just sewed them two pieces together. And this is my plan. Here is my plan. Let me see if I can get the camera bent down. Okay, so here's my plan. I'm going to sew this piece that I cut off. I'm going to sew it in the middle of this right here. Then I have got me a little template, a little cross template, and with a little lace and a little white on the back. And I'm going to sew that together. Actually, I had two of them. One of them's larger than the other. Let me find it. Okay, so I've got this piece right here sewed on. And then what I done is I took this piece, pinned it on, and I just run my presser foot along the edge. You could probably see, maybe you can see on the back where I did that. And so what I'm fixing to do, take the pins out and just cut it out, and then I'm going to place it on here, and then take the jacket and sew it on my machine. All right, I've already got that one sewn together, and I've already cut it out. And then I'm fixing to do the same to this one. Sew all the way around it and cut it out, and then I'll place it on the top. All right, instead of taking this piece and take it to the machine, the easiest way it's going to work for me is if I go ahead and sew these two together over on the machine, and then I'll come back and I'll sew it on the jacket. So I'm going to pin these two together and go to my machine. Oops, I pinned it to the thing. Sew these two together and then come back, and then I'll place it on here, pin it, and then I'll sew it around. So I thought I would tell you, if you didn't want to sew them together, and I wanted a more shabby chic looking type. But anyway, you can always use this craft fusible. You iron it on, and then it will make this a little stiffer, and then you can fix it where it was glued. You can iron it on and it'll stick, and then you can sew around it. But I choose not to do that today. It does make cute little things, but I'm not going to use that today. So I'm fixing to, before I sew this on, I keep all scraps, of course. I got my big scrap jug here, and I got 3 or 4 of those. And I pulled a couple of little tattered pieces out, and I found this pretty little button in my button jar. And so I'm going to sew this button to these little tattered things right here. And then I am going to sew it onto in the middle of my cross. And I think that'll give it just a little flowy touch. So I'm going to sew that on first, and then I'll take it to my machine and sew around the cross and get it on my jacket. Okay, so I started this morning picking up where I left off on this jacket, blue jean jacket that I've been working on. I started on it last week, and then I just put it aside, and then I thought, well, this morning I'll get up and finish it. This is one of those projects that you just want to wash your hands and just push it aside and do away with and scrap it. Because I have been working on it, and I've tried it on several times, and I didn't like the way it looked, and I've already took it off once, but, I just kept going with it, so, well, what I done is I cut that peplum tail off, and just sort of shortened it up some, and I think it's looking fairly well. I'll show it to you in just a second. But I'm just going to say, I bought that brand new machine. It's supposed to be heavy duty. It is not heavy duty. It won't go through the hem of the, you know, the bottom of the cuff, the hem part, you know, the thicker part, will not go through it whatsoever. I had to finally just stop, take it down, and go back to my old machine, and I'm going to take it back to the store and either get my money back or just get me another one, not in that grade of heavy duty or whatever. But it is just, I didn't like it at all. I thought I did when I first started, but it was terrible. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to show you what the back of this looks like. Okay, so I think the one part, like I said, the peplum, it just went down way too low. So I cut it off, and I cut the lace of it off. And then I put another little piece, this section on, and then I just added that piece of lace that was on this bottom half to this one. And I think it looks a whole lot better. But like I said, you know, I was going to scrap this because it just wasn't my cup of tea today. But it's coming along. I'm going to work on the collar now. I'm going to maybe put some lace on the collar. Now this was out of that piece that I sewed two pieces together, you know, the lace in the bottom half, and I cut that heart, that cross out of this piece. So I think I'm going to still use some of this, and I'm going to just use this and trace out my collar and sew that on, and I think that'll give it an extra little look in the front. So let me get started on that. I hope I get finished with this project today. Okay, so I turned it upside down so I can see where the line is that I need to follow. So I've just turned it upside down and I've pinned it on, and so I'll just follow that all the way around until I get to this side, and then I'll just trim it off. I'll just cut it out, leave a raw edge. Okay, so I got my collar on. That went fairly well. Now what I'm fixing to do is flip it over right here. I think I'm going to try to see if I can't put a little lace or something on my little pocket flaps right there. And then I think I'll work on the cuffs. I may put lace. I may put those little furry things I showed you at the first of the video. So we'll see. Alright, I decided not to do that because it's too thick right through there. I don't think my machine will maybe go through that. But I am going to pin it on this side, right here, and then I will go to the underside and I'll just follow that. I'll follow that seam all the way around. And when I get through, I'll come back and then I'll just cut it off. Okay, so I got both of those put on. And what I did, I didn't go across the top. I just clipped a little snippet right there where one of those little stitches was in that lace. And I just poked the button through there. So that works out pretty good. Okay, so here is the ones that I was showing you at the first of the video. And there are these little koozies. I got them at TJ Maxx for $2 after Christmas. And so I don't know. I think what I'll do is just roll these up. And I may just put a little lace around through here, and then that way I can use that for summertime. And then in the wintertime, I think I can just put these on right here, and then I will just hand stitch them on, you know, just a few stitches all the way around right through here, and that will hold them on for the winter. And then I can just remove them for the summer. So I just think that's a versatile thing to do. So I got this long piece that come off of a curtain. That's where the curtain rod went, up through here. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do, like I said, for the summer, I'll leave this on all the time. Here we go. I'll do it like this. And I'll leave this on all the time. And then in the wintertime, like I said, I'll just stitch those on and wear those for the winter. So let me get this on right here. Alright, so I got that all the way around. And then when I got to this side right here, I done the same as I did when I put the button on. I cut a small little slit and it goes right through it. I just need to do one more and then I think we'll be done. Okay. Alright, so here it is. Now, I got this cuff on right here so you could see what it looked like, you know, if it was wintertime. There you go. I mean, and I got the little lace under there. I just rolled it up, and I can cut them off, I guess. Maybe I should cut them off. I don't know, but I can unroll it, and my sleeves will be a little bit longer. Now, see, my sleeves will be a little bit longer, but I'm not one for much long sleeve. I like the 3/4 length sleeve, but that's an option. I'll decide later when it gets cold or whatever. But anyway, this is what it would look like if I had the wintertime cuff on. And here is my summertime cuff. I don't know if you can see. I hope you can. Yeah, there you go. So I got all my layers on. I think it come out pretty good. Put these on and these on. So this was something that I almost give up on. I'm glad I kept going with it. Sort of a little nightmare. As you can see, there's my machine right there. And I'm fixing to take it back to Walmart because it is not heavy duty. No sirree Bob, no heavy duty. It would not go through this hem down here. You know, it's about the same as it is on your cuff. You know how thick that is. It just wouldn't go through. And I put my old trusty back up, the one that skips stitches every now and then. And I mean, who's gonna know I gotta skip stitch, right? So anyway, I put that one back up and I did it. And so I finally finished this and I like it. And there you go. Listen, it's Frankie at Frankie's DIY. Of course, I'm Frankie. Frankie's DIY and more. Sometimes I do something else. But anyway, if you hit those like, subscribe buttons, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with me. And I know it took me a long time for this video to come true, but this one was almost a nightmare. But anyway, if you've got something that you're working on and you're just not sure, you know, is this going to pan out? Just keep going, keep plowing through it, no matter how long it takes, and see what the end result is when you get through. You might be happy with it. You know, after it was all said and done, I'm happy with this. So, thank you for watching Frankie's DIY and more. Stay tuned. The next one won't be this hard. Thank you. God bless.